Gratitude changes everything. The wisdom of Konosuke Matsushita. People open their mouths to complain, gather information to feed anxiety, and compare themselves into misery. But to feel gratitude, we need almost nothing. You can breathe. You're alive today. That alone is reason enough to feel thankful. But somehow, gratitude always comes last. Why is that? People notice what's missing, far faster than what's already there. Complaints rise quickly, but thank you gets stuck in the throat. If you lose your wallet and it's the worst day ever, but when nothing's lost, we don't call it the best day. Konosuke Matsushita understood this human tendency deeply. That's why he made gratitude the center of his life. You can't see it, but gratitude holds quiet power. It gently shifts your life in a better direction, and it begins the moment you notice that you've forgotten to feel it. Matsushita was born into poverty, the youngest in a farming family. In Wakayama, at 5, he lost his brother and father. At 9, he was sent alone to Osaka. He barely went to school. He couldn't study much. And yet later in life, he said, I was lucky. He was grateful for his poverty, his weak body, his collapsed home, and even nearly losing his company in war. This wasn't pride. He truly meant it. For Matsushita, thank you wasn't a phrase. It was like breathing. Gratitude wasn't something forced, but something felt. But modern people are losing the ability to feel. Electricity turns on and we don't notice. Water flows, we complain. Even when helped, we can't say thanks easily. Gratitude is fading from our hearts. After the war, when Japan had nothing, Matsushita told his employees, we get to start from zero, and that's a big opportunity. While everyone else despaired, he said, thank you. No products, no resources, no money. And yet, he flipped it all into reasons to be grateful. This wasn't naive optimism. He used gratitude as a strategy. When employees complained, he started with, thank you. When the company struggled, he said, don't forget to feel grateful. Why? Because gratitude calms the heart, organizes the mind, and helps you move forward. Matsushita knew that better than anyone. That's why people who burned bright in adversity gathered around him, those who can say thank you, even in hardship. Those are the ones with a future. He never once commanded his staff to feel grateful. He knew gratitude can't be ordered. It must be absorbed. So what did he do? He showed it himself. More than anyone else, that was his greatest lesson. Once, when the company was still small, a worker was cleaning the factory. Matsushita bowed and said, thank you for keeping it clean. Because of you, we can build excellent products. The worker was stunned. You're thanking me? But to Matsushita, that was normal. Regardless of job or rank, he looked at every task with eyes of gratitude. He knew the spirit, lifted the whole team, and shifted the company's air. Gratitude changes the workplace. It changes behavior. Above all, it transforms a culture of taking into a culture of giving. Matsushita's true focus was never just business. He wanted to cultivate the human heart. That's why Panasonic prioritized employee education, not only in skills, but in character. For new employees, he asked, can you thank your parents? Why? Because if you can't feel gratitude for those who raised you, how can you feel it? In society, and noticing who nurtured you was his starting point for work. He also said, employees who say thank you are faster at everything, not just spiritually, but practically. Those who feel grateful notice support. When they notice support, they understand others' effort, and that reflection makes their own actions better. As a result, gratitude raises performance. And when gratitude disappears, distrust spreads, blame games begin, results vanish, complaints multiply. Matsushita feared that atmosphere. So before the air turned sour, he taught even a small thank you can purify it. When someone fails, don't rush to blame. Start with gratitude for their presence that preserves relationships. And when relationships are intact, organizations move. In his factories, cleaning time was sacred. It wasn't just for cleanliness, it was for resetting the heart. As workers squeezed their claws, they quietly felt gratitude, just for being alive today. He believed that spirit, determined work quality. His life was never smooth. He battled illness from childhood, pneumonia, intestinal disease. After founding his company, he faced endless financial stress. Employees quit. After the war, GHQ nearly removed him from office. And yet, in every one of those moments, he whispered, "Thank you." Even when he failed, collapsed, or was betrayed, he held no resentment. Instead, he calmly said, "That moment reminded me. I had grown arrogant. It taught me to be humble." He spoke as if hardship had written him a letter. Why could he think this way? Because for him, gratitude wasn't a reflex, it was a way of life. It wasn't just for joy, it wasn't only for easy times. True gratitude is tested in hardship. He once said, "If you can say thank you, even in adversity, then you'll be okay." This wasn't just optimism. Gratitude was his inner lever to shift reality. When things went wrong, people tried to fix the outside. But Matsushita asked within, "What is this moment trying to teach me?" That's the depth of gratitude. Eventually, even "thank you" felt too small. He began to say, "I now prefer the word Okagesama." Okagesama, gratitude for the unseen help and support that allows you to be okay. From others, nature, or something beyond. If arigato is gratitude, for what someone did, Okagesama means, because of you, I'm okay. Because of something greater, I'm here today. It's not about what was done, it's about the presence itself, the invisible support that surrounds us. You don't think it, you feel it, a quiet sense that you're never alone. Matsushita was a master of gratitude, not because he spoke more, but because he noticed more. That awareness helped him find meaning in setbacks, connections in coincidences, and purpose in people. That spirit built a global company. Today, we often praise gratitude as a virtue, but aren't we treating it as just a formality? We say thank you more often, but how deeply do we feel it? Matsushita taught, make gratitude a habit, but not just in words, in awareness. When you wake up, say, I'm grateful to be awake today. On the way to work, think, this road was built by people supporting my life. That shift in perception, quietly but profoundly, changes your life. He said, well, if you keep thinking gratefully, truly grateful things will come. This isn't superstition. When we focus on gratitude, our attention shifts. We become sensitive to small kindnesses, and that oils our human connections. And when people are thanked, they feel joy. That's why. Those who live with gratitude naturally attract others. It's a chain reaction of grounded happiness. So how do we begin? Matsushita recommended a simple practice. Once a day, thank someone silently in your heart. You don't need to say it out loud. Just think, I'm glad they're here. That alone changes your worldview, even in an ordinary day. Full of problems, a soft light of appreciation shines through. Gratitude isn't for others. It strengthens your spirit. When life feels rushed or when people frustrate you, pause and think, this person probably cares for someone too. That alone softens conflict and clears your emotional air. Matsushita was a business leader, but he lived like a quiet monk. And yet he never spoke in ideals. He believed gratitude works. It improves relationships, it moves business, and above all, it makes you strong. He was a realist, but gratitude was his invisible fuel. He often asked young staff, who did you thank today? That question wasn't for others, it was for yourself. So, who did you thank today? Ask yourself that daily, and you'll begin to touch the deep richness that Matsushita saw in life. Thank you for watching until the end. Gratitude. It may seem small, but it quietly rewires our hearts, changes our relationships, and eventually reshapes our lives. If today's message spoke to you, please share your thoughts in the comments. Your words inspire future videos. And if you'd like to explore the essence of life with us, please like and subscribe. Let's keep growing. The quiet strength of gratitude together. See you in the next video.